The guys who wrote this show don't know squat. Itchy should have tied Scratchy's tongue with the taut line hitch, not a sheet bend.
Oh, Bart, cartoons don't have to be 100% realistic.
Alright, so let me set this straight. There will never, ever be a show as influential, globally recognized, mass-marketed, that features a yellow main character as SpongeBob SquarePants. However, The Simpsons is a close second. The Simpsons, what do I even need to say? It's The Simpsons. I don't need to make a 30-minute intro discussing the rise and fall of Simpsons. Everyone knows it started sucking after season 9 and shit the bed as soon as they use a Kesha song in the intro.
Wake up in the morning.
All you need to know is when it first aired in 1989, The Simpsons was quite literally an overnight success. It was a cultural phenomenon. It would make any corporate cuck cream their pants because The Simpsons not only became an icon of Fox, not only for adult animation, but animation as a whole. And with that came the mountains of merchandise. One of the more bizarre pieces of merchandise that spawned from this craze was the album Simpsons Sing the Blues, released only a year after the show premiered. Kind of a ballsy move to commercially release an album featuring the main characters singing blues songs so early in your property's life. It kinda smelled like selling out. To fully understand why this album fails, we need to answer the question, why does everyone love The Simpsons? Well, cartoons in the 80s were kinda rough. They were less about creating compelling worlds full of well-written characters and memorable episodes, and more about selling toys. I don't care how shit it is, get those sharks on the shelves by Christmas. Not only that, but it felt like every cartoon was just made to pander to kids. Now, society may have changed a bit these days, but back then, the adults wanted something a little more, not kiddie shit. The Simpsons was able to reach both audiences because of its great writing and cast of lovable characters. The adults could appreciate the clever writing and more serious plotlines that the kids most likely couldn't understand. However, the show still had cartoony elements and slapstick humor which made it entertaining for the kids. Shit man, I remember owning the Simpsons movie on DVD as an embryo and it was one of my favorite movies. I barely had a clue what was going on, but I didn't need to. Because Bart Simpson slamming his cock against the window of Krusty Burger was already funny enough.
Penis!
So let's talk about this album. First off, this looks like some Goodwill core, like it's giving me the same vibes as Songs for Gay Dogs. Before we move on, I want to mention that I skipped tracks 2, 6, and 10. These songs are pretty boring and mediocre, and I don't really have enough to say about them to make them their own segment. School Day is an okay cover of the Chuck Berry song with Bart doing backing vocals.
Soon as 3 o'clock rolls around.
I'm out of here, man. I'm going to town.
But I can't get over the fact the dude who sings sounds like the dude from those Arby's commercials.
I shoved your burger in my ass, and I liked it, bitch.
God Bless the Child is again a decent cover of the Billie Holiday song. It has a good arrangement and Lisa's vocals aren't annoying, it's just, why is she here? Adding Lisa doesn't do anything, the lyrics don't change and the music isn't too much different from the original anyways, so like, why is she even here? Get the fuck out of here, Lisa. And sibling rivalry. Don't make Bart sing, man. Terrible mixing for this song aside, the biggest problem, and a problem for a lot of the songs actually, is I'm not imagining Bart or the characters singing the songs. Because these songs lack character and there's many times that voices go out of range, my mental image while listening to these tracks is just the voice actors in the booth.
I want to get a lavender vanilla latte.
Anyways, the opener for this album is the hit single Do the Bartman. Ay caramba, this song reeks of age. I wasn't alive for this song's heyday, but if I was, I bet even I would have done the Bartman. Charting number 1 on weekly charts in 5 countries and reaching the top 5 in 14 countries, this was a smash hit. And of course it was, it's got Bart. And Michael Jackson.
Due to feces.
Whether or not Bart got groomed during the recording process is up for debate, but this song is actually a funky little tune. Oh, you can smell selling out radiating off this thing from a mile away. I mean, it's got the most popular character from popular TV show collaborating with an extremely popular musician. They designed a whole dance around it, they referenced Jackson's song Bad, they knew what they were doing. And hey, it's not terrible. It's cheesy, it's cute I guess. For a novelty song that leaned towards the kids, there's nothing really offensive about it. The lyrics are amusing, the beat's okay, and Jackson provides surprisingly good backing vocals.
Whoa, I'm feeling good now, baby. Bring it back.
Another thing I will commend this song for is the main vocals. A big problem for cartoons and animated movies is making their characters sing. You'll see this problem more later, but you see, voice actors are not singers, they're actors. So making them sing while also doing a character's voice can lead to mixed results. Come on, we all know musical episodes in the show suck ass. Name one good one. Bart's voice isn't grating and the song fits the character. 5.5 out of 10. What does not fit is track number 3, Born Under a Bad Sign. This is a cover of the original song by Albert King, sung by Homer. The song deals with the feeling of having extremely bad luck, like nothing will ever go in your favor. Now Homer is never seen in the show as having bad luck, he's just dumb and gets himself into situations as a result of being dumb. You could argue it's talking about his childhood because, yeah, Homie had a rough childhood. But at this point in the series his childhood hadn't even been explored yet, which makes this song feel really out of place. Sounds like I'm taking this whole thing a bit seriously, huh? It's just a funny little song, Dick. Sit down. Well, no, that's the biggest problem. It's not funny. Homer over-dramatically singing a blues song sounds like a funny concept, but it's just played way too safe.
If it wasn't for bad luck, you know I wouldn't have no luck at all.
The problem is that they did try. It's just a mid-ass cover of a blues song with no innovation. Homer's voice sucks because of this. It sounds like someone saying they can do a Homer impression and it's not really that good. So you're just like, so they'll stop. Well, what about the lyrics? It is a cover, but surely they used some of that genius early Simpsons writing to get some laughs, right? They changed one verse and it sucks.
You know beer and bowling, it's all I crave. A big bag of pork rinds gonna carry me to my grave.
Pork rinds? Oh man, if only Homer had a signature food that he enjoyed. If I turned on Simpsons and I saw beloved Homer J. Simpson eating pork rinds, I would be sick to my stomach. And then they try to ad-lib some random shit at the end and it also isn't funny and just sucks and this song sucks. 2 out of 10.
Blind grapefruit Homer, blind strawberry alarm clock Homer.
Back to songs that fit the characters. Track 4, Moanin' Lisa Blues. Ugh. Obviously sung by Lisa, this is a jazzy, blues-inspired song about the troubles in her life. An overdramatic ballad about how Lisa's life is harder than it actually is pretty true to character. It's a promising, funny concept. It's just not funny.
Saxophone's my best friend. I play all over town. And I practice in my room, I hear.
Keep it down.
The music sounds fine, but where's the funny? The first verse is ripped straight from the episode of the same name, but the rest of the song feels uninspired. Instead of making some, jokes, it's just a big nothing burger. All you're left with is a very bland sounding blues song featuring Lisa. 4 out of 10. But hey, the next track, Deep Deep Trouble, is alright. It's more Bartcore that tells a story of him doing some hood rat shit and then getting a buzz cut as a punishment. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but the samples of the family's voice in the hook have a fuzziness to them that make it sound vintage. Like experimental hip hop, bro.
I spent the next 3 years in a POW camp, forced to subsist on a thin stew made of fish, vegetables, prawns, coconut milk, 4 kinds of rice.
The sampling is actually offbeat and kind of just thrown in at times, but you know what? I don't care. It's silly and works for this song. This one's actually well written and, dare I say it, even a little bit enjoyable. I'm gonna give this one a Homer holding Bart's lifeless corpse after dying in Iraq out of 10. Skipping ahead to track 7, I Love to See You Smile, a cover of Randy Newman by Homer and Marge. Oh no. Marge singing has only been played for laughs a couple times in this show, and I think the only time she's seriously sung has been in the episode Simpsons and Delilah. It works in that episode because it's a scene where Homer is at his lowest, and he and Marge share a very heartfelt, intimate moment. And I ain't talking about that new shit where Kristen Bell sings as her. No, I'm not dogging on her voice. It's supposed to be funny, and even then, Marge is able to deliver some serious and emotional lines. The Simpsons movie comes to mind.
And to prove to myself that this is the end, I taped this over our wedding video.
Problem is, the song isn't played for laughs. It is actually, factually, just a cover of I Love to See You Smile by Randy Newman, sung by Homer and Marge. No silly lyrics, no funny, not even any married couple banner between them. And no, obviously the singing is not good.
The only place I wanna be is where I can see you smile at me.
Marge sounds like Marge and Homer sounds like he's sucking on a lemon. This song doesn't know what it wants to be. It plays itself completely straight as a serious love song, I guess, but automatically fails due to the concept alone. It just makes me question why. This had to be made for the die-hard fans, not the established casual family audience. Imagine a mom brings us on a family road trip after watching the show with their kids, you know, maybe get us some laughs, get a little wacky, and it's this shit. Enjoy the silent car ride, Mom. Eat my shorts. Track 8, Springfield Soul Stew, is almost not worth talking about because it just makes me angry. It's a cover of the song Memphis Soul Stew by Marge, don't worry she's not singing, and every instance of Memphis is replaced with Springfield.
Now I need a pound of fatback drums. Now give me 4 tablespoons of boiling Springfield guitar.
If you're gonna have it be centered around Springfield, maybe make it a little more Simpsons related? Again, it's just a straight up carbon fucking clone of the original. Springfield is notorious for being a bad city. Maybe mention some notable parts like, oh, that everyone is experiencing radiation poisoning from the nuclear plant. A song about the city could have been sung by, I don't know, Mayor Quimby? Just do something, man. Instead, you're left with basically a template where the city could have been replaced with anything and be sung by anyone. It would have been the same vibe. This sucks. I guess it's not really bad per se, but it's lazy. Without Marge or the mention of Lisa, this might as well be talking about, I don't know, Springfield, Missouri. Track number 9, Look at All Those Idiots, is what they should have done for the whole album. It's an original song sung by Mr. Burns and Smithers about making fun of poor people, in true Mr. Burns fashion. It's a big step in the right direction.
Look at all those idiots. Oh, look at all those boobs. An office full of morons. A factory full of fools.
I don't have much to say other than it's serviceable, it's well written, sounds alright aside from some dog shit drum synths. There's some actual jokes, not funny ones, but yeah, it's a 5 out of 10. But it's that little bit of variety and creativity that made this song stick out. With the Simpsons cast of characters, they had pretty much infinite options to make creative and not to mention comical songs ranging from many different topics and even possibly genres. Like, I don't know why they chose to focus on specifically blues when each other character could have explored genres that fit them better. Bart could have had a hip-hop theme song, Lisa could have had blues, Homer could have had rock, Apu could have had...
Normal music, listened to by normal people not tied to any specific cultural background. Because denying these things exist and are a part of foreigners' culture is somehow less racist than representation. Did I also mention that I am a stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt and my butt smells and I like to kiss my own butt?
And Ned could have had gospel or some corny Christian music or something. Imagine Ned, Rod, and Todd making a Christian rap in the same vein as Jesus is my neighborinos? That would be funny. Hire me. Instead, all you're left with is a blatant, soulless cash grab that was produced in arguably The Simpsons' peak of creativity and innovation. It was a sign of bad things to come. Why put effort into it? It's Simpsons, it's gonna sell. And it's a shame because it did sell. Good enough to where they would make a follow-up album, which I will never talk about, because I don't wanna. It just sucks that this album in no way reflects the genius writing of the early Simpsons era. It's just a goldmine of missed potential. This album just leaves more questions than answers. Why make this? Why put so much effort into it while also draining it of any creativity? How is this so lame? Did the songwriters watch the show? Do they know who these characters are? Did Matt Groening approve of this? Does Matt Groening approve of anything? Does he even write for The Simpsons? Does he even like The Simpsons? Wait, do I even like The Simpsons? I mean, yeah, I enjoy watching The Simpsons from time to time. No. I like The Simpsons. What do I really enjoy? Why do I come back to it? The characters and writing I've been preaching this whole time, or just the shitpost culture behind it? If that's the case, then why am I even making this video? Why do I make videos? Why do I even exist? I can't stand it any longer. These business practices are just insane. I can be lazy too. Look at me. I'm shitting out crossovers between popular franchises that have no relation just because I can. Give me money. I reuse plots with lazy writing, but nobody minds. I'm peeing on the legacy of one of the greatest cartoons of all time. Now I'm returning to the boardroom writing shit just to get my paycheck. But it doesn't matter because I'm The Simpsons. I don't need to be good because I'll make enough money to afford a 4th yacht anyways. Do.
Hey, you okay, Grimy?
I'm better than okay. I'm The Simpsons.
You wish.
What's this? Copyrighted material and music? Well, I don't need Fox's permission because I'm... Wait a minute. Fox doesn't own The Simpsons anymore. They're owned by... Yeah, so I forgot that Disney is a lot harsher with their intellectual property. Hell, they somehow curved the public domain law. It's okay though, I'm glad I got locked up. I was mere seconds away from turning my review into a cross-armed Avatar rant about how modern Simpsons was ruined by greed. Well, in summary, this album is not worth your time. Even for big fans of The Simpsons, I bet what you love about it won't be present on this record. You gotta be like a die-hard fan. You gotta fucking like Simpsons, okay? Bad covers, lame writing, uninspired, unfunny, generic synth music, cheesy cornball shit, the whole 9 yards. The Simpsons Sings the Blues gets a 3 out of 10. If you want more Simpsons, just watch the fucking Simpsons.